Next topic is IMC. Do you know the full form? It is a very common term used in marketing and advertising, and the full form is Integrated Marketing Communication. Integrated Marketing Communication. IMC is about a unified, seamless experience for customers to interact with the brand and enterprise. It attempts to mold the aspects of marketing communications such as advertising, sales promotion, public relations, direct marketing, social media, mix of tactics, methods, channels, media put together as a unified force. That is why integrated marketing communication. So IMC talks about a marketing campaign which happens in movies in the background. Like for example, Nescafe product is being used or Coca-Cola is being shown behind, Sunsilk shampoo is shown, Fruity is shown. So in TV you will see celebrities using these products. It's not fluke, it is paid promotion, okay? So this is how IMC is integrating now movies with the brands or Filmfare Lux Awards. So products advertisement with the award function or an event. So when you merge two platforms or when you see a new serial coming up and you see it in stations, at airports, in TV, in newspaper, so merging all these platforms together and displaying it at the same time in outdoor hoardings, it is integrated marketing communication. Advertisement and marketing mix. Let's understand. Selling a product or service requires coordinated efforts. This though we have understood very clearly. First, develop the right product, the target audience, do research, get into focus group discussions. I hope you know what is focus group discussion. Basically, a focus group discussion is on a table. You call some kids maybe and you are trying to come up with a new package of Bonvita with a new flavor. So you give them a sample of packets of Bonvita without any brand name written on it, of different flavors. Let them eat all the flavors one by one and take their feedback which flavor they like the most. So it's like 10 to 12 people, 15 people or 6 to 7 people who sit in a room. They test the product and they tell you how it was. This is a focused group discussion. The same you can do for masalas, etc. So marketing mix is about an optimal combination of product, price, place, promotion. But in advertisement, how do we understand this? So the marketing mix in advertisement is having a good mix of advertisement, public relations, that is a team which is working on positive image, or social media campaigns, or whom should we tie up for sponsorship, should we take this tender or not, or how should be the sales promotions, or how should be this campaign. So getting a correct version of all this for your brand, for your company and service is advertising mix. So I hope that makes things clear. It includes what sales you give, what offers you give, what schemes you come up, what is free, what discounts are happening, what temporary festival deals, and get one and buy one and get one free. All this is included in it. I thought why not browse with the 4 P's of marketing when we are talking about all this. 4 P's of marketing are product, price, place, promotion. It has to go in that order because without deciding on the price, you can't come up with the product. Without deciding the product, you cannot come up with a price or place where to sell it or how to promote it. So product is the first. Then you decide the price. Then you decide where it will be sold and how will I promote it. So product, price, place, promotion. I hope you will remember it. Let's see what is product planning. Product planning is the ongoing process of identifying and articulating market requirements that defines a product's feature set. Product planning serves as the basis of decisions about price, distribution, promotion, middlemen, how much cost will go in, sending the product, distribution. So everything comes in product planning. It is about the life of the product, how it will start from manufacturing to how it will reach the customer, how recycling will happen after that. So it's an extension and improvement and increase challenges related to promotions. All of you have heard of the word distribution or the channels or the mediums. Let us understand what is distribution and why it is so important. The basic answer is, looking at a picture and actually having it is a difference. Distribution makes it true for you. What you have seen on TV, you actually get it in your hand. That is why distribution is also called reaching from various channels. So there is a complete masters in logistics and supply chain management where they talk about distribution and selling. Let's hear about the distribution definition. Distribution is the activity which is both related to selling and delivering product services, manufacturing to customers. This is product distribution. As businessmen or women, globally you have to understand how distribution works, whether you use land, water, air, or directly through pipelines like liquids and cable wires, how your distribution will happen and how will you provide the service with the distribution. If it reaches me as a client, how will I get the add-on benefit with my distribution? Is it available near me or not? If it is not available, I will shift my preference. Distribution is an important element of operations, like I said. Without the understanding of distribution and the critical path and how to save on cost of transport, you will be at a loss if you are into retail sector especially. So distribution gives a successful continuous feedback and it ensures that reverse logistics is also possible. Reverse logistics means the damaged products or products which have problems come back to the company in a proper state, get repaired or get workable and is sold again. If this does not happen, lot of loss can be incurred. Students ask me what is PLC. I hope you know the answer. It is product life cycle. Product life cycle. So basically, a product goes from getting introduced in the market until it's taken off the shelves, and then the four stages are there: introduction, growth, maturity, decline. So every product has a lifespan. And you can see in the image over here, introduction, where the marketing is at the highest, the information about the product is being told to everyone. And then comes the growth stage, where you are putting money to grow the types of the product, the flavors of the product, the variety, the packaging is changing and it is growing like anything. And then comes the maturity stage of the product, where you have highest sales going and now the dip is coming and the sales is reducing gradually. So you will remember that what output your advertisement has given at this stage, and sometimes or most of the times then the product and service declines. Declines is it falls down and now you don't need to spend more or you need to get into some other product to sustain in the business. I hope you got it. Introduction, growth, maturity, decline, and the X and the Y axis talks about sales and time taken. So you can't sell a product in 10 years if you're supposed to sell it in 1 year, otherwise you will not reach break-even point. Break-even point is no profit, no loss. So sales and time. Let's understand what is advertising agency. Advertising agency are the professional agencies which you hire to implement various advertising efforts. So it is beneficial if you hire such experts. They already have models who can work, they have scripts ready and they are very passionate people working in there. So outsourcing advertising through these agencies can be beneficial for medium and large size of companies. An independent business organization composed of creative people who develop, prepare and place ads in advertising media is advertising agency. For sellers seeking to find customers, goods for selling their goods and services. I repeat the definition of an advertising agency. An advertising agency is an independent business organization composed of creative people who develop, prepare and place ads in advertising media for sellers seeking to find customers for their goods and services. So I hope you all got the definition of advertising agency. Okay. These agencies have clienteles who are called accounts. So in advertising jargon, a client or a customer, it can also be called an account. An important customer who gives major sales or who is very important for the brand value of our agency is called a key account or a key client. The functions of advertising agency are collection of clients, advertising planning, media selection, creative functions, research for the benefits of clients, sales promotion, coordination, planning ad campaigns, preparation of copy, contact with media, branding, guidance on packaging, and so many things. It is important to have an ad agency if you don't have the time to create your own ads or to do ideation, get models, shoot, and there's so much of work in it. So that is why it is economical to outsource it, nothing wrong in it. A lot of companies do it, and the more you outsource it with small agencies and big agencies, the more possibility of getting a lot of ideas from both sources at a good budget. So more services you get direct media contacts if they have. They are very creative, innovative, flexible for you. They will work hard at night also sometimes to get your things in time. Types of advertising agencies are home agencies and full service agencies. Home agencies are the smaller ones or self-dependent and they are very cost effective. सस्ते में काम हो जाता है. But जब आप full service agencies के पास जाते हो तो वो जनरल कस्टमर के लिए हो सकता है, बिजनेस टू बिजनेस के लिए हो सकता है, स्पेशलिस्ट हो सकते हैं, मॉड्यूलर हो सकता है जो आपको कस्टमाइज्ड करके दे चीज़ें, क्रिएटिव बुटीक्स होते हैं जहाँ पे फ्रीलांसर्स लोग काम करते हैं, डायरेक्ट रिस्पॉन्स एजेंसीज हो सकते हैं जो आपको फटाफट काम करके दे. सो आई रिपीट, फुल सर्विस एजेंसीज में क्या क्या आता है? जनरल कंज्यूमर एजेंसीज, बिजनेस टू बिजनेस एजेंसीज, स्पेशलिस्ट एजेंसीज, मॉड्यूलर एजेंसीज, क्रिएटिव बुटीक्स एंड डायरेक्ट रिस्पॉन्स एजेंसीज. एजेंसी में कौन कौन से लोग होते हैं? An agency includes lot of type of people. Let's see who all are there. There are specialists, there are writers, there are artists, there are media experts, there are researchers, TV producers, account executives, film shooting people, music people, editing people, copywriting, other experts. There is so much of career possibility in an ad agency, and it has a vast application for marketing students. So I repeat, specialists, writers, artists, media experts, researchers, TV producers, account executors, film shooting, music editing, copywriters, script writers, directors, and so on. Let's see how to maintain this relationship between advertisement clients and advertisement agencies. Now it's a very thin line. They end up fighting a lot at times, and clients are usually not very happy easily, because they have so many changes that come at the last moment. I don't like this color, I don't like this picture, I don't like what is the music, I don't like this model. After doing everything, if it gets rejected, it's a havoc for the agency. So to maintain this relationship, there are client relationship managers or client service agents. So these people are specially trained to be very patient and deal with both sides of the party. A client-agency relationship starts with a client appoints an ad agency for making this ad. It continues till the ad agency provides satisfactory services to him. Such a relation can be cordial or it can be very formal. There should be a mutual trust, confidence, and understanding between the two parties. The primary objective of both sides is the same: to make a successful advertisement campaign. Any lack of mutual trust between an ad agency and the client can lead to lot of problems. Both the parties will not trust each other, not give accurate timelines, not meet targets. Therefore, it is necessary to maintain good relations with the clients, otherwise it's impossible to work. Meaningful two-way communication is required to maintain a friendly client-agency relationship. Both parties should take special efforts to maintain a cordial relationship. The approach of give and take is required to keep the relationships running longer. We come to the last part of Module 2, which is compensation plan. Compensation is defined as the money received by employees in an organization by an account or a client or a key customer to perform and give back what they expect. So, ad agencies require some kind of compensation, or clients require some kind of compensation if the advertisements do not work, because millions of rupees are put into it. If it does not work, it's a loss for the client. If sales do not go up, why should I spend my crores of rupees? So when the employee receives the money in terms of salary or wage, it is known as direct compensation. When the employee receives benefits such as health insurance, medical benefits, travel allowance, late work payment, then it is indirect compensation for people who are working hard on the advertisements. Also, compensation is an integral part of employees' sustenance in the business to survive, or to just motivate him, because it's so strenuous sometimes to work in an ad agency. Why do I call it strenuous to work in an ad agency? Because sometimes you have to burn the midnight oil and you have to give things to the employee in the morning. Why it is required? Because your advertisement will have a timeline. If I have taken a slot in the newspaper, they will ask to give the final copy maybe tomorrow, maybe in 2-3 days. They will not keep waiting for weeks because someone else will take your place. Also, if you want to advertise on weekend, weekdays, so your targets are probably very tight. That is why ad agencies have a huge pressure to meet those targets. So, an organization always want to have an effective compensation plan to make sure that their employees are satisfied, motivated, and working very hard. These creative incentives are important in advertising field. An effective compensation plan fulfills the expectations of the employees and the employers and the clients and satisfies everyone in the process. At the same time, it works towards overall fulfillment of organization's objectives. Thank you so much. Now I'll be coming with module 3 and 4.